connected as one tissue. Everything in the body has its role. Like we don't know anything. Then the mind part on the mirror writing. So if you follow my stuff now, you know that I love my words, love words. And the more I do my meditations, the more I connect with the words. And as I'm doing the meditations, I find as if there are clues being left for us within the English language. It's like a treasure all the time, and I find a new one each time. So the English language has been created for us, leaving the clues in plain sight, literally. So I've been exploring different words, trying to take the meanings out of a lot more things, simplifying everything down, and I come to some understandings. So I started doing some mirror work, and I'm going to share with you, which you can see as I'm talking, me just writing on a piece of paper. And just this is kind of how the things that I would scribble. Like to start with, you can all do this. You get a piece of paper out and just write down all the numbers. Again, this is just things that happen to me after I meditate. I start writing after reading about the mirror words and stuff as well. And the way we write. And for those that you know me on my channel as well, I'm very big into common law. So how words have power when it comes to law. So write down all the numbers first, and we hear about the power of 3, 6, and 9. So I like just looking now. So underline 3, 6, 8, 9, and 0. And if you look at all these numbers, they've got like a little curve on it. The 0 is the soul. If I put the I in soul, it's soil. You start from your roots. If I put the E in soul, it's soul, as if the sole of your foot. And we walk on the soil with our shoes on, with our soul. Look, we let the ego. Let the ego. That's the mind. And then we bring in the U. U plus soul is soul, S-O-U-L. U also represents us. So you, bring in you. So all these little things, I'm like, the clues are all there. So if you put the O, which is you, on soul, it's solo. It's a solo journey. So write the number 3. Then you mirror it, do it the other way around, and then I watch this. Look, you start with the I, which is you, and then you reverse the 3. What does it look like? Butterfly. Butterfly has so much meaning as well. The word butter. Butter is float like a butterfly. If you put butter in water, it floats. It stays separate. So the 6 and 9, they're mirrors of each other. The yin and yang. The 8 is the infinity sign. But look, it's half of a 3. So they're signs. Half of a 3, me and God. The magnet connects us. Soul and the body. The mind is the connector. The plus, the and. So then I play around with just going backwards and forwards. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. And sometimes you have to start thinking just slightly differently. But can you see? Already now I'm being present. I now write my name. Harry the Soul Coach. This is the neatest writing I've ever done, by the way. And then you flip it. I messed this bit up. And that should be an A. But there's certain words where you flip them round, and some are just the same anyway. And I'm doing this every day now, 3 lines a day. I'll write a word out or a sentence out and I'll flip it. So straight away it gets you thinking, gets you being creative, it gets you present. But beyond that, we're training the mind, because our whole life we've read a certain way, from left to right. Always have been told that that's the way, and that's English. Other countries, like if you go into China, is symbols, and it goes up and down. So I then just draw in this shape in here. So this was one of the shapes that Leonardo da Vinci drew. And it was based on the human anatomy spread out in the Christ position. So look, the triangle, that represents the three-part being. That's 3D. Look, mind, body, soul. So if I put mind, this is how I work in my meditations: mind, body, soul, body at the bottom, mind in the middle. If I spin it on its side, or I go at a diagonal, I've now got 9 points. Number 9. Power of 3, 6, and 9. Any direction. You are always in the middle. So the power words, love, do it backwards. And then I go for different words. Grow. So that's just an example of how you can start training your mind. And then the letter I. If we look at the letter I, if I do the 3 dots again, you've got your body, mind, and soul. Look, the letter I is the only letter in the alphabet that's got a break in it. So imagine that middle dot is the mind of the I. All you've done is connected the middle and the bottom. So mind and body is a partnership. And the dot is your soul, your higher self. So you connect the mind and body, and that's the soul. I. Then you got O, which is the soul. Always, every direction. Wholeness, there's a hole in it. And then the letter Q, which is quite a big, important letter, and more of us, especially the ones that watch my channel, know about Q. But Q is so important too, because it's the only letter that comes from in and then goes out. So Q for question, questioning, asking questions, asking the words split in half, as king. You're in charge when you ask questions. You can stand on your truth by asking questions if someone challenges you. If you look at just the shape of it, the O is you, the soul. Imagine the wholeness, the soul is complete around your body. That question, the line starts from in, and then it goes out. It starts from within you, it goes out to the universe. If I mirrored that Q round, it starts from without, and it's like an elevator up into the body. Again, just different ways that I'm making sense of signs and patterns. So I'm going to encourage people to start playing around with this. So like I said, we've grown up our whole life going one direction. When you get a book, you go straight to that. You just know the concept. But imagine if you was a sports person and you got the left and right part of the brain. And imagine that your whole life, you were just going like this. From a mind perspective, you're out of sync. It's the same way. But yet we could be reading that way. We just, obviously we don't, because that's not how the English language works. But our mind doesn't have a understanding of any of that. We've given it meaning. So to stimulate the mind as the soul, breaking free of any concept, mirror writing gets your brain working differently. Going back that direction is now giving your eyes a different workout. Every day's a new day, so you can forget. It's been my whole life like that. I'm so out of sync, out of balance. No, you start today. So today, you obviously read how you normally do, but then go mirror writing. Then just have a play around with it. Already, you're giving a nice counteraction for yourself. Your higher self and your inner self. In the meditation, we can flip it round. You can pull the Holy Spirit into your body. Now it's in spirit. That's inspirational. Can you start seeing how I've got a passion now looking at signs? Because the word before that is a squiggle. And that squiggle, we've given meaning to it. But it was a squiggle first. So I've now got the squiggle. I can now put meanings to it. I'm now trying to work out how did they write the English language? They must have meanings to it. The power of 3, 6, and 9, what did that mean? If you look at the shape of the numbers, and each one was on a level, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I look down as king, high king, look down, and I spin them all. If the light is shined down and we slowed it right down, like right down, that light, there would be one spin where those numbers would be in perfect alignment that the light would go through all of them. Because that's the power of 3, 6, and 9. If you look at things in spirals, you've got 1, 2, 3. And then it'd go up in that direction. So every third one would be on top of each other. 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense? But can you see, I'm trying to now put it into words and giving you different examples, but it's still hard to comprehend. So let me now challenge the mind even more so.